Hey there, welcome, and thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for today's tutorial, we're going to need 8 of these Dollar Tree throw rugs. And what you're going to do is basically get one rug at a time, place it on a table or somewhere flat, and then you're going to get some paper or cardboard, anything that you can use to trace out a triangle shape from that's the same size as the rug. Now, some of these rugs are a little bit smaller than others, but for the most part, they were all the exact same size. So just go ahead and cut out your paper or cardboard the same size as your rug. You don't have to cut out the size of where the little fringes are at, just basically the rug part. And now you're just going to go ahead and make a triangle, but the bottom of the triangle, I ended up doing it a different way, but the way I did it here was to make it into a circle. I just got a piece of rope, in this case some jute twine, wrapped it around my pencil, and then drew the bottom of my triangle, which is going to be kind of like a half circle or a quarter of the circle basically. So just go ahead, and if you want it to be round on the bottom without putting the extra material like I am, go ahead and do this part. If not, you can just make a normal flat regular triangle with the bottom flat straight instead of just curved. So once you've gotten your shape out, go ahead and fold the paper in half. And then just cut your shape out of whatever you're going to use. In this case, I'm just used some extra wrapping paper that I had. I was so excited when I found these rugs. I know some people have made tutorials with different colored rugs and have found these throw rugs a while back. I had never been able to find any, and when I did, I grabbed all of them that I could. They only had this black and white zigzag pattern, and then they had a green pattern rug, and they only had about 3 of the green rugs, so I'm actually going to keep those to make something for Easter. But for this project, just go ahead and cut out the paper, the shape of the triangle that you drew, and then you're going to place the cutout paper on your rug. And what we're going to do is just trace it out and then cut it out of the rug. And you're going to do this to each one of the rugs that you choose to make. Now, I have a pretty large size Christmas tree, so I made my rug with my Christmas tree skirt with 8 of these rugs. I believe maybe a six rugs could be even perfectly fine. For a basic standard, maybe like a 6 or an 8 foot tree, I think you would be okay with 6 rugs. Just depending on how big or how large you want your skirt to be. So just go ahead and again, just trace it out and cut it. And what you're going to do is the fringe that's on top where the triangle point is at, go ahead and save those pieces that you're cutting off of the rug right now, because you're going to use those to complete this project. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you've seen these rugs at your store. So just go ahead and keep these little triangles that you've already cut out and just set those aside, and then continue to do this to all the 8 to 6 pieces of rugs that you are going to use for your skirt. I hope you can find these rugs, because the next tutorial that I'm going to upload is also going to be using some of these rugs. So once you've completely cut all your rug pieces, triangles out, I'm going to show you different ways that you can connect these together and attach them. You can sew them if you have a sewing machine or if you'd like to sew. Another way is this iron-on tape that is double-sided. Basically, you just put two of the rugs together, and then you just use a hot iron to iron them together. It works really good. If you want to make it this way, it's washable. It said on the tape that it's washable and dry. You can also dry it in the dryer. So if you want to use this, it's about $2 or $3, I want to say, this tape. So you can depend on cost effective how much you want to use or not. If you want to go ahead and do it this way. So basically what you're going to do is put both of your triangles right side down or touching each other. I guess you could say facing each other, and then go ahead and put your tape in between, and then with the hot iron with the steam on, go ahead and steam the area where you put your tape at. And this is my little project iron that I have that's a mini steamer kind of. So just go ahead and run it down where your tape is at. And I just ironed it a few times and then I let it cool. And then once it's cool, there you go. And it's attached together. And I just did two at a time just so this project could be easier. But I ended up using the hot glue gun. And you can do it the same way. Put both of them with the right side facing each other. And then go ahead and line them up and then start gluing them together with your hot glue gun. And I use Gorilla Glue for my glue gun. So I did this two at a time and just basically ran it down little sections and then pressed on it so you wouldn't have like that hot glue bump. If you don't press on it, it'll just dry the line that you do and you're gonna have like a bump there. So just go ahead and make sure you press on the glue, the area where you put your glue on so it can stay nice and smooth. And this project is pretty easy and it's quite quick to make. So it doesn't take very long. I want to say it took me maybe about 30 minutes to start from finish. So it doesn't take too long. Once you've connected two of the triangles together and finished all of them, we're going to start gluing two sections of two together. So, and I just did it this way just so it could be easier on me and to show the steps. So you just get two triangles, again, the same way. Put them together and then get the other two sections and then put them right side down facing each other. And again, use your iron tape or sewing machine or hot glue gun, whatever you choose to do or to use. Go ahead and start using that. And then like I'm using my glue gun, so I'm just going to run it down. Two triangles in little sections. Make sure I press on it to make it smooth. And I just continue to do that all the way down. And this is the way it looks when you attach them all together. And now what I'm going to do is an option. You don't have to do this part. My tree is kind of a larger tree, so I wanted the opening to be bigger. So what I did was just cut around and I kind of just eyeballed it to make a round circle. The middle circle a little bit larger so I can insert my Christmas tree. And once you're happy with that size, go ahead and you can leave it as is if you don't want to do anything else to it. But what I wanted to do was basically make it into a full skirt, and I didn't want those little triangles in each one where we sewed or connected our rugs together. So what I'm going to do is the pieces that I cut out with the fringe, I'm going to go ahead and pull apart each rug and place the little triangle, extra triangles underneath, making sure I'm facing the right side up. And then I'm going to pull the opening apart as much as I can and make sure it's nice and even, and then start gluing it together to fill in that gap with the extra triangle rug. And this is going to make your skirt a lot more fuller, and it's also going to help it kind of fringe up and make more of a movable skirt, I guess you could say. It's just more ruffles type. So just go ahead and start adding your glue and pressing down on it. And then once you're done doing that, go ahead and just move some of the skirt the opposite way, and then remove the excess triangle part from the back. And I wasn't really exact on this. I just basically cut along the lines where I put the hot glue and remove the extra piece. Making sure everything was nice and secure, and wherever there was openings or I felt like you needed a little bit more glue, I just went ahead and did that and pressed firmly on it. And that's how you fill in your little gaps between each rug, and it looks like a complete full skirt. You have my heart, you have my soul, you have my whole, you have my control. So once you're done doing all that and finishing all the adding all the little triangles in between these two rugs, you're gonna go ahead and get some lace, and I'm just using some of the shiny satin lace, black lace that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue it to the edges of my skirt. And basically at the top of the skirt, I just folded the ribbon to make the seam and for it to hold onto the where the top part will be, and then just run some hot glue down the line to glue my ribbon on either side of the skirt. You can use white, or if you wanted to make it a more whimsical and fun, you can even add, like, say, a red to make it more traditional type skirt. A red ribbon would be really pretty. You can also even add bows or anything. Your creativity can run wild with this skirt, and just add anything you'd like to the middle parts or just the lace itself. So once I was done adding it to both ends, I went ahead and had cut a piece out and glued it to around where I made the circle for the for my skirt, for my tree, I'm sorry. And then I also added some ribbons to the back of my opening so I can tie them in bows to tie the skirt around the tree. And I added two of the ribbons, so basically one at the very top and then one kind of towards the middle of the skirt to tie it together. And here I am adding the second piece of ribbon to tie it. You have my heart, you have my soul, you have my whole, you have my control. Love me tender, love me sweet, with you I know that I'm complete. I'm in love with the summer's day. I know. How many trees do you guys put up in your home? I put up about roughly, I put up 3 larger Christmas trees, and then I put up some of the smaller Dollar Tree Christmas trees throughout my house, in my bathroom, hallways, and stuff like that. So and generally I usually put up at least 6 to 7 different Christmas trees, different sizes and colors throughout my entire home. You guys let me know in the comments down below if I'm the only crazy one that does that, or if you guys add or place a lot of Christmas trees around your home. And here I am adding the same ribbon around the opening where my Christmas tree is actually going to be placed into, just to give it more of that finished look. And once you're done doing this, go ahead and just get some scissors and remove any of the strings or ribbon that you can see from the cut of the rugs, just to give it more of that finished, clean look. Now, I can't show you a picture of how this looks with my tree just yet, but I promise I will add one once I do put my Christmas tree up. But this is the way the tree skirt looks as is right now. So what do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed this Christmas tree tutorial already. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.